We will, in a few seconds, we will have a word from the country coordinator of UNV Sudan to introduce the webinar for today. So thank you all for joining us, and the mic is over to you, Baha.
Good evening, everybody, and thank you for joining the webinar. Actually, the main purpose of the webinar is to introduce online volunteering services for UNVs on how to use the online volunteers in your different assignment at the different host agencies that you are deployed now. So basically, Kareem, he is our focal point on online volunteering services in Arab states. And our guest of honor is Mr. Imad Hussein Hassanin. He is from OCHA, Sudan. He's a translator. Kareem will provide an overview of the whole service of online volunteering, on how can you register the organization, how can you make use of online volunteering services in different aspects of your work. And Imad Hussein, he will share his experience on using online volunteering services in one of the projects in OCHA. So the floor over to you, Kareem and Imad. And thank you also, Imad, for joining us in this webinar. So the floor is yours. You can start now. Kareem, you are muted.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So thank you, Baha, for your introduction. Today, I want to share with you guys one of the services that you can share to help you achieve your work. It can make you achieve work faster. It can increase the development in your career, and eventually it will help you to achieve success in your career. So for today's webinar, we want to start with introducing the service. What is it all about and how you can make use of it. And I will show you some of the services that you can use through online volunteer. Then we'll move to hear a story from our guest of honor, Mr. Imad from OCHA, Sudan. He will share with us one of the success stories he has with online volunteers. And then the final step, I want to show you all as UN volunteers, how you can register to the platform and how you start collaborating with other volunteers to help you in your work. I wish you enjoy the webinar as we started. Now, guys, as you all know that you are all here are part of the UN Volunteers Program in your host agencies. So we want to start by introducing the work of UN Volunteer. Firstly, we have established the program in 1970 by the UN General Assembly. And since then, the program was very active in promoting volunteerism worldwide as a tool for development and peace. We provide the member states with two types of services. The first one is called on-site volunteers. And I believe that most of us here are part of this service. We promote integrated, qualified, and highly skilled and highly motivated volunteers to support you and organization, either in development programming or peacekeeping missions. And if you are part of this service, then know that you are very skilled person and highly motivated. Every year, the UNV mobilize over 8,500 volunteers worldwide. But this year in particular, the Regional Office for Arab States has broke a new record by mobilizing over 1,100 volunteers even before the end of this year. So congratulations to all, and congratulations to the Regional Office for Arab States. Now, the second type of service we provide is called online volunteering service, which was started in the year of 2000 to provide the UN organizations with service online, with a volunteering service online. Usually this service is happening virtually. You don't need to be in the same place or the same time zone with the organization that you want to volunteer with. Today, we have over 650,000 online volunteers registered into our platform, and they are willing to share their skills and capacities and experience with you, UN volunteers and your organizations to achieve success in your work. Now, we have a website for online volunteering. Here is a screenshot from the website itself. The website here is a global platform where organization can find interested volunteers to help them with their work. The website has over 650,000 skilled volunteers there, so that we provide you with their skills, with their experience, with their capacity to help you achieve your work. The website itself has a search engine where volunteers can locate organization they want to volunteer with, and also it will allow organization to find their volunteers. So this website also has a topic related to the best practices, the lesson learned, and any article you want related to volunteers and volunteerism worldwide. In a bit, I will show you how you can register as organization, because now as UN volunteers, you are part of your organization. You can register there and start collaborating with online volunteers to help you achieve your work. Who are these online volunteers? And first of all, anyone willing to volunteer has a device, either a laptop or mobile device, and also has an internet connection, can be an online volunteer. Most of our volunteers are either students or homemakers. Over half of them are women, but most of all, they are highly skilled professionals and UN retirees who want to share their experience and skills with you to achieve the work of the UN system, even though that you are still a volunteer. So for them, you might ask yourself, what will encourage these volunteers to collaborate and share their time with other organizations from other countries? Well, for online volunteer, the service itself, it can give them the ability to develop their skill, and it also can benefit from their time, especially nowadays when all countries are still on lockdown because of the coronavirus. This opportunity will help them to gain a new experience, use their time efficiently, And by the end of the collaboration, they will receive a certificate of appreciation that they can use to share in their CV in order to demonstrate their new skills and experience. Now, for you as organization or member of organization, then first of all, please know that the service is completely free of charge. Once you start collaborating, you don't need to pay anything. And by the end of the assignments, the organization will enhance resources. They can use this saved resources either to expand their activities or their presence to other communities. And it also will help your organization to tap into a pool of talents from over 650,000 online volunteers. So they can use their capacity in graphic design or web developing or IT skills into developing the capacity of your organization. And it's also a place where organization can travel all over the world, even from their place, and to increase their impact to other communities, other country and region, and even to the whole world. Now, our offer to you as member of UN organization, we have 650,000 online volunteers available to help you achieve your work. The collaboration is usually happen in less than 1 week, and in most cases, it will start in 3 days time. Our presence is reaching to over 187 countries worldwide, especially in the global south. And we have a 95% certification rate, which means that organizations are very confident that the online volunteers can help them achieve their work. Now, the best 6 services that you can use online volunteers for. Well, firstly, writers. We have a lot of opportunities under the writing opportunities. You can use their service to help you with writing articles or proposal or report or any kind of writing. They can help you with it. And we also have graphic designers and artists. We use their service to edit our pictures that we collected from the field. Some of them are very professional in editing videos, and even to help us with creating templates for our future events. You can use it for yourself as you wish. Now, also we have educators. We have online volunteers with an experience in education. They can help you either to develop a new curriculum or training courses, and they also can implement online lectures for your beneficiaries. Also, we have web developers. Actually, one of the success stories that you can see it in our platform, where online volunteers help one of the organizations in Lebanon to develop their website completely from scratch. And also they help them to develop a mobile app for their organization. And yeah, we offer you the same service through online volunteers. And we also have social media managers. And I'm glad that 2 of our field units are using online volunteers as social media managers. They can help with content, with graphics, with anything related to social media. And last but not least, we have translators in our platform. They can translate from any language to any language you wish. So these are the top 6 services we provide you from online volunteers, but of course we have many, many more. Now, in order to collaborate with online volunteers and use the previous services, you need firstly to register your organization. UNV will then review your application, your organization application. If it meets our criteria, then we will approve it and give you access to the management page. Then from there, you can start creating new volunteering opportunities. We will review your opportunity. If it meet our criteria for short period of time and a specific task, then we will approve it and make it online in our platform. Now, on the other hand, the volunteer will start to search for online volunteering opportunity, and if they find, they will apply to your opportunity. You, as member of your organization, will then review all the application of these volunteers, short lists to find the best candidate for your opportunity, and then you start collaborating. Now, the collaboration itself, it can happen in any way you want, either over the email or Skype or WhatsApp, any type of communication you want, in agreement with your volunteer. Now, finally, after your opportunity is finished, then we will ask you to evaluate the collaboration. We'll ask you a few questions. How was the collaboration? Did you get your work done or not? Then if you answer them, and also your volunteer answer all these questions, then you can issue them a certificate of appreciation. I hope that was easy, and I will show you step by step how you will go from the first step to the last step in a bit. But now we will have a word from our guest of honor, Mr. Imad from OCHA, to speak about his experience using the online volunteering service in his work. So Mr. Imad, I don't know if you can hear me. I want to thank you for participating with us, and I want to thank you for sharing your story with us. Mr. Imad, can you unmute yourself? I guess we have a technical issue. Well, in this case, I don't want to, I'll wait Mr. Imad to respond. I can't hear you. Okay. For now, let me show you how you can register your organization. Hold on, let me stop sharing. Okay. So, first of all, you will go to onlinevolunteering.org, and here is the page that you will see. From here, you can find opportunities posted in our platform where volunteers can find any opportunity they wish to collaborate or to volunteer on, either under translation, writing, art and design. You can see. Okay. Okay, can you see now? We apologize, guys, for this technical issue. I want to share screen. Okay, I guess it solved the issue now. Right? Share screen. Share. Okay. Okay, it solved the issue. Thank you. So first of all, you go to onlinevolunteering.org and you will see this screen. Here you can find, if you just scroll down, here you'll find all posted opportunities in our platform where online volunteer can find the topic that he or she wants to volunteer on, either under translation or writing or art and design. As you can see, here we show you all posted opportunities under art and design. And here you can see the name of the requested organization and the title of the opportunity. Now, if you go back and scroll a little bit more down, you will find an option where we ask you if you wish to volunteer and find opportunity yourself, or as UN volunteer, you can find volunteers to help you achieve your work. So basically we will go to find volunteers and start registering our organization. So we will ask you first about some basic information about yourself, like your name. Here I will provide my name and last name and email address. Guys, please use your official email address for registering. Now, it's not my official email, but I just want to show you for you to register your account. Now the password, please comply with the password rule. Okay, date of birth, let me be more quick. And then gender. Now here we will ask you your preferred language. If you select English, then the entire interface will change to English. And if you select French, also will change it to French. And then we'll ask you for the topic of interest. Here, if you select, for example, a word, then we will give you some article related to this topic of interest, or stories or tip for organization. Anything you wish to know more about, just select it here. And then we will ask you to read and agree to the copyright and term of use, and also the privacy policy. Okay. Now, please know that all this information will keep confidential. Nobody has the right to see this information, only you. Now, we will ask you also to choose the organization that you represent. As UN volunteers, here you will select United Nations. We will ask you to give us the name of your organization. Now, for me, I will register my organization. And the website of my organization here is, and then the acronym. And for me, it's UNV. Telephone number. It won't take more than 5 minutes to complete this exercise. Now, after registering your organization, the website might find your organization registered in our platform. So you don't need to complete this this step. Just choose your organization, then finish. But if you couldn't find, like for example, for me, I registered the regional office. Pretend that we have another office, like country office, then I need to create a new organization account where we will ask you to provide the mission and objective and focus, logo, and some information on how you can involve UN Online volunteers with you. Okay, I guess we are done. And we can click and finish. I hope it was easy. This is the most difficult parts of the registration. Then immediately we will give you access to this page where you can create volunteering opportunities, or you can manage your opportunities from this page. Now, of course, the next step would be to create opportunity to find your volunteer. We will ask you some information regarding your opportunity. For example, the type of task you need to support with. Pretend that I want someone to translate something, a document for me, so I will choose translation. Okay, we have a drop-down list here. I will choose translation. Here, if your task or your opportunity has a second task, for example, let's say I need someone to write a report and translate it from English to Arabic, so I will select writing and editing. Now here we will ask you for more information for your opportunity, like the title or what is the task is all about. For example, I would say I want a volunteer to help me with writing a report on volunteerism in Jordan, my country, or in Sudan, and also translate it from Arabic to English. I need to explain my task completely in a brief. And here we will ask you for how many hours you need your volunteer to help you a week, and how many weeks. And here we'll ask you to provide some background information about the task. We will ask you, for example, you can fill in your project and what is your project is all about, the mission of your project, the activity of your project. That will give your volunteer an understanding of what is your opportunity is all about and how many volunteers you want to help you. Here we'll ask you from where your volunteers should come from. You can select Africa if you want someone with knowledge about Africa or about Sudan, or you can select Europe if you target Europe, or also you can select global, which will allow your opportunity to be accessible to all online volunteers to apply for. Okay. Now here we'll ask you what skills and education background your volunteer need to have. For example, you can say that you need someone with a bachelor degree in translation or English English language, and you want him or her to have at least 2 years of experience in translation with UN system. Anything you want, just listed here for your volunteers to know what he is or she is
Hello,
applying
Karim.
for. Ahmad, we are very glad to have you. Just give me like 2
This is
minutes.
unbelievable. You see,
No
as
worries.
I told you before the webinar, I'm keeping 3 modems for the 3 internet service providers in the country. And because of power outage in our area, the 3 of them are down now. So I am not confident that the service will be continuing. So can I share my screen so as to start?
Yes, just
Because
give me 1 minute to finish.
I have
Just 1 minute.
yeah, okay.
Okay, so now the final 2 questions will be the language of your opportunity. For example, you want someone to translate from English to Arabic, so for sure you need someone with English, knowing he or she can know English and also Arabic. Arabic. Okay. Now we will ask you under which strategic priority your opportunity is falling under. We will have, under every organization, they are working under a specific strategic priority. For example, in UNV, we are working on volunteers, so we will select volunteers and submit UNV. Okay, I guess that we are finished talking about how to create an opportunity. Now, moving to Imad, who will tell us how online volunteers helped him in achieving success with OCHA. Over to you, Imad.
Okay, thank you, Ustaz Kareem and Ustaz Baha, and to you, all colleagues and co-learners present. I hope you can hear me clearly now, and I'm not confident in the internet. Maybe it can go down at any moment. Please first allow me to use certain regional and local expressions, Ustaza and Ustaz, as titles of respect we exchange here in Sudan, and also allow me to use an expression I coined to refer to colleagues and UNOVs, United Nations Online Volunteers, who work together with me. This word is co-learners, because in the process we have together, we are learning together, and we believe that learning is a bi-directional, or in fact multi-directional process. This is Imad Hassanin, the OCHA Sudan translator. I would like to give a brief overview of a transliteration success story of a team of UN online volunteers recruited and trained online by OCHA Sudan Translation Unit. UN-OCHA is the UN office to coordinate humanitarian affairs in countries where there are crises. Coordination is essentially multi-directional, communicating among different partners who speak different languages, and translation goes parallel to coordination. In recent years, there have been growing humanitarian needs in Sudan, particularly in this year, which have been very tough, because in East Sudan has witnessed multiple crises here. So, well, Sudan has witnessed multiple crises in 2020. These include political tensions, economic crisis, IDPs in Darfur and 2 areas, the first and second waves of COVID-19, torrential rains and floods, Ethiopian refugees influxing beginning in November, and growing humanitarian needs in the Sudan. As with this, you have a parallel increase in translation requests, which I call it overflow, because it is more than I can. It is more than the capacity of the translation unit. So with a limited capacity, only one full-time translator, OCHA Sudan Translation Unit, acted on a tip and reached to the UN Online Volunteer portal you have just seen. who were quick to respond, and in a few hours, our first translation task went online. I soon had email notifications pouring into my inbox of UNVs applying. And given the extra burden of processing these applications, screening of applicants, and corresponding with the successful ones, I grew more skeptical as I started questioning the whole process. Shall I save my time and do the tasks myself? On the other hand, I had an approach to team corporate translation that necessitates some form of relatively long advanced training. So I thought it would not be feasible to train tens of UNVs just to accomplish a few pages of translation and then to post yet another ad to start from scratch with another batch. I told myself and my boss in a meeting that I had better abandon it all and try to do the tasks myself. But I remembered the weighty work pressure increasing. So I decided to give a try to the UNV light at the end of the tunnel. Pressed ahead with some modifications to accommodate the Information Technology Resourceful Translation Approach, ITRTA, training and make it feasible. So I reached out to the UN volunteers, in fact, to the UN Volunteers Online Volunteering, this a newer platform. We had 4 social media channels, experimented with some platforms, and because of the sanctions imposed on Sudan, and because the demoed versions of the online platforms were only available under certain time limits, we opted to use Skype, for it is free and is being developed to offer most of the features of other costly platforms. And above all, it is available in most countries through or under VPN, and it can accommodate more audience. So I'd like to give you some UNV's stats. The number of UNVs applied exceeded 200, but the selected were around 120, of whom over 80 subscribed to the online platforms. The active participants in both batches, Batch A and Batch B, is almost 50. Yes, or over 50, a bit over 50. Batch A, BAs, and Batch B, Bs inclusive, and OCHA translation unit discussed it with Batch A, and it was agreed to make some modifications in the procedures. The batch would remain for 2 months to be rigorously trained and rehearse on a series of diverse tasks. And after the 2 months elapse, they would be eligible for the UNOV Certificate of Achievement, in addition to a more elaborate letter of appreciation, giving more details of the online training besides their various achievements, in addition to pledge for reference should they apply for a job slot in a translation career. I would like also to comment on these figures. You see here from a gender parity point of view, the 75% of females and 25% males. I don't know whether this kind of can be considered as affirmative action or not. We had evening. The training was virtually online, as I said, and every evening, Sundays through Wednesdays, from 21:15 to 22:15, there is a teleconference training session where an information technology resourceful translation approach, ITRTA, is demonstrated and tasks rolled out, and discussions and feedback are given. The ITRTA is essentially a vision for online team and corporate translation based on the overarching concept of engage, empower, and unleash. So these are the basic principles for the ITRTA approach for translation or corporate translation, as I said. There are 3 UNOV's task types. The general, the general, mostly of periodic products such as the OCHA Sudan Digital Situation Report, and the extra tasks such as ad hoc assignment. And here, my batches of UNVs have done everything they can so as to learn and practice new skills here. They have done some transcription for videos and have also started doing the transliteration as well as the normal and general tasks of translation and proofreading. And the third category is the exclusive or landmark one, such as the focus of our story today. The task in focus of our success story is a joint Ministry of Education and UNICEF one, a landmark task, a database of almost 20,000 schools in Sudan, requested jointly by the Sudan Ministry of Education and UNICEF Sudan, that requires unique combination of transliteration, phonetic transcription, as well as translation. When I was first asked about it, I thought it was a formidable one. That is too long and too much for a team of translators, let alone an individual one. In the evening of that day, I tabled it before the UNVs attending the evening session, and we agreed it was a challenging one, but we all got a telepathic insight that challenges bring opportunities. So our regular attendees of these, I admit, somewhat boring training sessions in the evening was often of 11 to 13 UNVs. And since that evening, the number of attendees started to grow until it culminated to 25 the evening we rolled this landmark task out. And before that evening, there were exploratory meetings to discuss possible scenarios of how to tackle it. I was overwhelmed, to say the least, that with proposals until we opted for a proposal by Ustaz Wahid Kamalian, a UNV from United Arab Emirates. And those meetings were followed by further preparatory meetings, including an official meeting that convened in a virtual platform and included representatives from UNICEF and OCHA, along with Ustaz Wahid Kamalian, the UNOV representative. So, and since that official meeting, the UNVs were literally fully in charge of the task. And seeing that till then they had received ample training and practicing, I was confident they were heading for a remarkable success, and they did it. So Ustaz Wahid, tapping on his outstanding computing soft skills, was orchestrating the work, supported with flank or unflanked by Ustaz Ahd Musa, a Sudanese UNOV based in Malawi, and Ahd proved to be of excellent translation management and Microsoft Excel soft skills. And Ustaza Ilham Al-Umrani, a Moroccan UNOV of an engineering architecture background by training, who turned out to be a software power automation genius. And Ustaza Imtinan Hamid, a Sudanese translator, and also a Sudanese UNV with excellent translation and management capacities, who possesses expert knowledge of IT RTA, as she had participated in earlier exercises of this corporate translation approach. Now, this landmark task involves 3 phases, roughly speaking. And so this group of 4 UNVs managed the work together during the initial and intermediate stages. The first stage, the translation and transliteration of some 20,000 entries of basic schools in Sudan, performed by 25 UNVs. And then comes the proof reading of some 20,000, yes. Again, the same entries were proofread by the same number of UNVs. And finally comes the refinement of some, the same file was also tackled by But this time it was tackled by 8 Sudanese UNVs, and of course the bulk of the work was done by the whole team of 25 UNVs, whose names appear on this slide alphabetically arranged. I am indebted to them all for their professional performance and meeting the deadlines and working at high qualitative caliber. I believe they have collectively made a historical achievement, contributing towards digitizing the work of the Sudan's Ministry of Education in support of the UNICEF and its project to achieve the sustainable development goals of the militia. The millennium. Because we are talking of militias a lot. So the steps towards this UNICEF Sustainable Development Goals and of the millennia, in fact, include one of them is to enable the capacities for electronic governance. And I shouldn't overlook a special thanks to the group of Sudanese UNVs, as I said, the 8 of them, who, tapping on their excellent knowledge of the place names in their country, undertook the final and most crucial stage. Yes, this is a success story, and this, allow me, this success story also appeared in the UN official report in this article in both English and Arabic, whose link appears here in the chat box. I also will provide it, if that's possible, in the chat box in this presentation. Upon a tip I received from Ustaz Ahad, and I also quote the festivities of the UNV International Day and shared links to this article in all social media outlets I am subscribed to, so as to showcase this remarkable UNV achievement. And these are the links available. And yes, thank you for this slot to speak to you, and thank you for being here. And that's it from my side, and back to you, Ustaz Wahid.
Well, thank you, Mr. Imad. Thank you for this presentation, and I'm very happy that Online Volunteer have met your expectation, and even as you mentioned, they have exceed your expectation with their services. And I can't wait until we provide the same service to all UN volunteers present here or UN staff members. Now, before we finish, we have less than 7 minutes to finish. I just want to show you how you can after creating your opportunity, how you can find the best candidate, and after you finish the collaboration, how to issue them a certificate of appreciation. Now, here I show you one of the opportunities that I have posted recently. For example, this one under the name of Development of Digital Giving Strategy. We have so far 5 interested volunteers applied to. You can press at the volunteers here to see the information of these interested volunteers. So here, guys, you can see their names. You can press at any one of them to look at their contact information, the motivation letter, and the skills they have. And also you can here see, you can read their CV. If you find them qualified to do the job, then simply keep them active as they are. But if you find any one of them is not qualified enough to do the opportunity that you want, or the volunteering opportunity that you wish to have, then simply press at their name and reject the selected application. Either you want to send them a message or not, it's your choice. Now, after you select the best and most qualified volunteer, then simply start working with them over email or Skype. You can either interview them before you proceed with the collaboration, or send them a test anything you wish to shortlist the list of your volunteers, you are free to do it. Now, after completing the assignment, I'm going backward to show you one of the completed assignments that I have. All right, manage opportunities. After that, you can proceed with issue them a certificate of appreciation. And I will show you how you can issue them a certificate of appreciation. Okay, here are some examples to finish opportunities. For example, this one has just finished recently. So I'll press on the name of the volunteer. And then we will ask you to provide your feedback. And then when your volunteer provide their feedback, then you can issue them a certificate of appreciation. I want to show you how the certificate would look like. This certificate will help your volunteer to share it on their CV, and also can demonstrate their new skills gained from the UN system. So here we show the name of the volunteer and the title of the opportunity, and then under which organization. So I guess that the time now is 3. And I'm open to all your questions. If you have, please send it to me either on the chat box, or you can email me. I will share with you my email address. So guys, if anyone has any question, please go ahead and ask. I have a final tip for you that after we finish this webinar, I want to send you this document, which contains a list of sample templates to help you to create your opportunity. For example, if you want someone to translate a document, just press on translation. Here you have a sample to the title or the description of the assignment itself. Here you only need to change the organization name and the language, from which language to which language. And then you need to only provide some background information about your project and the type of language of your assignment. I hope it will help you to start creating new opportunity and collaborate with online volunteers to help you achieve your work and lead you to success. I hope you enjoyed the meeting. I expect you to send me your questions to my email. Here I will write to you my email in the chat box. Okay, stop sharing. So guys, if anyone has any question, please refer it to my email address, kareemshraidi@unv.org. So one of the questions I would like to know other skills needed for online volunteering. Well, I didn't get your questions, but do you ask about what type of services that online volunteers can provide to you? Skills needed to online volunteering. Well, actually, anyone can be an online volunteers, either student or worker, an active member of in the United Nations organization, or even a retired or retirees can be an online volunteers. So no need for a specific skills to become an online volunteers. All can be an online volunteer. I hope this answered your question. So guys, I want to thank you all for attending this webinar. I will be at your service for any questions or any support you want from online volunteers. In a few minutes, I will send you a follow-up email with this presentation and with the sample templates to help you create your opportunity. And I hope you a great success in your career. Thank you all. Thank you, Mr. Imad and Baha and all participants with us to this webinar. Thank you all. Bye.
Thank you and bye.